Yeah, now there's something else in this bathroom that I have to work on. Wonder what it is. Yeah. What are we gonna do here? I've got a pop-up valve. When I pull this up, it doesn't seem, the pop-up trim here doesn't look like it goes all the way down. It feels like there's something hitting in there. As I pull up, I can feel metal on metal, and I think this rod is bent just below here. And it's like, how am I going to figure that out? Well, I've got to disconnect this from the pop-up. So that's why I have my trusty little crescent wrench here. I got to go underneath the sink and see what's up. I didn't want to show you underneath there, but see, this little deal here fits on the little rod underneath, and then you fit it on there like that. And see, that's why I needed my little crescent, because I just used it to loosen this up, you know. And look at it, make sure you don't go the wrong way. And here's a tip for you: when you go to tighten that back up, I'm gonna finger tight it, and then I'm gonna take this and just go a little bit. You go too much, you could actually snap this right off. I've done it before. Okay, so that was holding this rod. I'm going to pull this up and see what we got here. See, there's nothing connected right now, and I can't even get it. Okay, so I can't pull it up, but this top unscrews. Okay, and then I'm going to drop this down. Bye-bye, here it goes. I thought it was going to drop. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. This is why, look at that. This rod is supposed to be straight. I thought that's what it was. And you couldn't see that until you take this off. Does that make sense? As it was pulling up, it would only go up so far because there was a bend in here. And my guess is, once upon a time, this was down here and it was probably up high, and somebody jerked it over, and then someone else, to fix it, they didn't want to disconnect it and do it right. They just bent it and pushed it back down in there. And then that's how you got that offset. Okay? I don't know if you were watching my other video. I said I was going to get a hammer and fix this, and you're probably thinking, how does he know he's going to need a hammer? Well, now you know. I'm going to take this down on the concrete outside. Don't do it on your tile floor or your countertop or a tile floor or even a wood laminate floor. You'll mark it all up. Take this out on the concrete and get it straight. It's going to be kind of tricky, but you can do it. Yeah, grab my hammer and stuff. And fortunately for me, there's a little concrete slab out here. I'm going to fix it right here. Get your fingers out of the way. Back and forth you go until you get it straight. You think you have it straight, roll it. Okay, there's still a slight offset on it. It would be nice if I had a flat piece of concrete to work on, huh? Hey, you do what you gotta do, I guess. Okay, that looks a lot better. Kind of liking that. I think that's gonna do. Okay, let's take that back inside. Reassemble everything the same way that you took it apart. Okay. Now the trick here is to readjust this, and you just have to be careful when you're doing that. I know you can do it. Slip it on there, and if you got it backwards, try it again. Take a picture of it first before you take it off. See how this one's bent? That's because it had to go around a pipe or something up there. So I may have to retweak it in certain areas to stiffen it up or whatever, okay? Do a good job, and just don't forget to tighten that, but don't tighten it too much. Get it snug, but don't keep twisting on it. And that's why I tighten it up with this, because with thumbs, a thumb turn, sometimes you just can't do it depending on how old it is. This one's 10 years old. And the last thing I want is to tighten this and walk away and have somebody say, hey Joe, 2 months later, my pop-up's not working again. Can you come out here? I already paid you to fix it once, and I don't want to mess with it, and I want you to get it fixed right next time. And it might be just because I didn't take my pliers in there and give it that much more of a turn. I think I got it. Now see how high the pop-up is sticking up? It almost looks like it's disconnected, doesn't it? Now I could lower that back down a little bit, if you don't want it up that high. But the thing is, you don't want to get it so it's just barely popping up, because then hair is going to get caught in there and that's going to get clogged after a while. I like to have them about maybe that high or so. So I might work on it just a little bit more. Adjust it a little more. Okay, that's gonna work. All because that was in there from before. And nobody would ever see that. That's why you gotta check that out. Sometimes it could be hitting something else, but this time it wasn't. And the other thing on these is, if yours is not holding, there's a little rubber gasket that can fit on your pop-up. Did you know that? And maybe it's just that's not holding down tight. So, have fun. And next time you are working on your bar stools, if you got bar stools that are black or kind of dark, or look at this furniture there. See, that's all dark. Here's some more dark furniture. Here's a dark piece here. Anything that's dark, you can touch it up. You don't need any special paint. What am I going to use? Kaboom. Permanent marker, Sharpie. And I like the one that's real fat. And you can get a small one for nooks and crannies, but this thing works good. I see this is all marked up from people sitting here putting their feet on it. I'm just gonna blacken it up. And I can check the legs on it. Anything on this that I need. Whatever I see, I can use my Sharpie on. And it pretty much goes away. Okay? It's going to be way better than not doing anything at all. And nobody's going to know the difference. They're going to think I used something special for it. All I used was my good old Sharpie. I see another rail here. Right here. Kaboom. Looks way better. You can check out the whole chair. Here's some more. It's a good way to keep your furniture all checked out. And the coffee table had all kinds of marks on it, all the way along this edge where people sit here and they put their feet up there and slide them around. And I just took this right along there, and sometimes you're going to need 2 coats. I put 1 coat on there, and you can look at it and see in the areas that you need to put a 2nd coat, let's say. Okay, try that next time for your touch-up.